Welcome here to Ollie Campbell Park for this Energy All-Ireland League Round 15 clash between Old Belvedere and Buccaneers. There's only 4 regular games left in the season, and the hosts and the visitors are on opposite ends of the scale. They both share the same goal today though, of getting a much needed win. Old Belvedere haven't won a game since round 11 against Queens, currently sitting 4th on 40 points, whereas the Athlone outfit are in last place, looking at the likelihood of relegation. Old Belvedere need a victory to keep their playoff hopes alive, whereas for Bucks, a win today might keep their survival chances going. I'm Kieran Noble, and as always it's great to be here, and I'm so delighted to have somebody beside me in the box today. It's the legendary club captain Peter O'Byrne. How are you?
I'm very good, Kieran. Thanks for the introduction.
And now we'll go through the teams in a minute, but it's a really nice day today in Ollie Campbell Park. I wasn't sure we'd get a game when the snow was belting down yesterday, but we have got a game, and we're all delighted.
Pitch is looking in good nick now. Last night there's fully covered, but we're looking good shape, good day for some ball now.
And we'll go through the teams now. Joe White, Ariel Robles and Jaden Beckett have 12 tries between them in the Old Belvedere backline. In the forwards, hooker Callum Dowling has scored 7 tries in 12 games, while second row Cale Thatcher is having another impressive campaign. For Bucks, they have the steady centre partnership of Shane Layden and Daniel Hawkshaw. And their number 8 is a player to watch, Cian McCann. He's got 7 tries this season for Buccaneers. Good players on both sides, and a couple of Michael's lads today, Peter, on the opposite side today.
There are indeed. We've got Matthew Victory in the number 2 hooker spot, and then we've got Mark Earl playing 10 for them, so I hope they go well, but I hope they lose.
And today's referee is Stuart Gaffkin from Ballynahinch Rugby Club. And how are you, Peter? How's the injury? Has anything improved since we last spoke to you?
Yeah, it's feeling a bit better now. I'm out of the boot, so I might have to walk around freely, but there's been given no date yet, so it's just a slow process, just waiting until I feel good enough, and might get a game at the end of the season, mightn't, but not getting any hopes up anyway, just taking it easy.
Oh, you're getting me excited there when you said you were feeling really good.
We'll see.
Don't play with me like that. But it's a huge game, isn't it? Like, Old Belvedere need a win to keep themselves in that playoff kind of conversation.
Yeah. This table's so... Sorry, we're getting a bit of background voice. I'll just wait to...
Celebrate with Ollie a special birthday. There's a special birthday lunch just finishing up now. So it's a special birthday for Ollie Campbell today.
That was just the announcement of the great Ollie Campbell. It's his 70th birthday today, so it's getting a bit of a shout out, and rightly so.
I've met some great people in Irish rugby in my time, but Ollie Campbell is definitely the best. He has time for everyone, he can talk to everyone, he'll tell you a great story. There's the word legend gets thrown around a lot, I feel, but for Ollie Campbell it's very fitting.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, we called the ground after him for a reason. He's the most deserving of that title, legend ever.
And hopefully Old Belvedere give a performance to match the occasion for Ollie Campbell's 70th birthday.
Yeah, I hope so. This table's so tight at the moment that every point at the moment really counts to getting in those playoff places. Marys have obviously won the league already, so I think anywhere from 2nd till maybe 7th have a good chance of getting into these playoffs. So all these points, all these games really matter now.
And on that, like, I know it's Ollie's birthday, but is it something that Ben would talk about during the week? Like, you know, being such a big occasion, it's Ollie Campbell Park, Ollie's 70, would it be kind of something he'd use to kind of G up the lads?
I don't think so, to be honest. I think Ben's sort of role and his focus would always be game focus and what Bucks are going to bring and what we have to do to shut it down, and obviously to play our own game and beat them. But it is a big occasion, we have a big crowd, but he'll try not play into that too much. Just concentrate in the game.
knock something off? I might have knocked something off there. Did I knock something off there? The sound's gone. The sound's gone. My headphones.
I can hear you.
And we're about to get underway here. And it'll be Mark Earl to get us underway. He was with Galwegians last season, I believe.
We're just waiting for the ref. He's putting on a few contact lenses before he starts.
Safety first.
Exactly. He needs to be able to see as well. Fairly important today for him.
Well, we know if he makes any mistakes, this Belvedere crowd aren't. It doesn't take them too long to be given out if they think a decision's gone the wrong way.
That's true.
And is Mark somebody you would have known in Michael's, or was he your year, or was he a couple of years behind you?
He was the year behind me, so I'd know him, yeah. Good player, very skillful player. He was actually playing 13, I think. We played him in before Christmas, but he's obviously taking on a different role now, playing 10. We're getting a bit of drizzle now, so probably the weather we expected when we saw it yesterday. We were getting a bit hopeful there before kickoff.
Maybe a little bit of commentator's curse.
Yeah.
We were saying how nice the weather was. And it looks like we're ready. We're ready to rock here.
That's getting heavy now.
And we're underway. It's Nugent with the first carry of the game. Dowling. Belvedere just getting some carries in early. McAway, he's been in great form the last few weeks, the second row. And the gate's open. Tom Mulcair, we know how much he loves it. The gate to be open at the barn. Just forcing Buccaneers to make the early tackles here. Flood.
They're making some good ground here off that kickoff.
Good steady play. Wilkinson puts it high into the sky.
There's a bit
Who's
of
going to
wind
claim
there.
this one? It's bouncing everywhere. But it's all Belvedere who have the scraps. Robles.
This is getting a bit loose now.
Broken play.
We're going to set up for a box kick now, I'd say. One phase, then go maybe.
Fitzpatrick.
Need someone chasing. There's no one chasing. Okay, they're set up
Might
now.
go to the skies, the classic box kick.
Yeah, there's a bit of wind there. You can see the ball hanging up in that kick, and Wilkinson's first kick is going from it's into Belvedere's faces by the looks of things.
Here's O'Connor, the Connacht Academy man. They look to send it back, but that's a block down. And who's chasing after this one? James Doyle. He tries to get it, but it bobbles a little bit in front of him, and he just knocks it on. It was
so
just the bouncing ball can punish you sometimes. And in that case, the luck wasn't with him, but a really good block down in the first instance.
Slippy ball too, not going to help. There's good pressure by Belva there.
But really, the way they were building up the phases there, comfortable, making meters every time, like you said, that's really good start.
It is a good start, yeah. I wouldn't want to be doing that all day now in this weather, but look, if it works, we'll keep going. But we'll probably need to kick the ball a bit more the way we did there.
Well, that's one thing about David Wilkinson. He's probably an older fashioned number 10. He likes to kick the ball, and maybe these conditions will suit him.
Yeah, I think it's a good chance for him to control the game in conditions like this, because it'll be important where the game's played, because it's so hard to get out of your own half in conditions like this without kicking. Just lining up for a scrum now.
Frankie Hopkins to put the ball in. The Buccaneers captain this season. A scrum half and a captain, a man like yourself, Peter.
Yeah, indeed.
He's just going to put it in now. The first scrum of the day. It'll be interesting to see how the two front rows match up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see how they're lining up here to see.
Matthew Burke,
They might go
Connacht front row.
12 carry off. Oh, it's a good scrum, I think.
That's a really good elbow scrum, putting on the shove. But Gafkin, which way is it going to go?
It's a reset, but it's a positive start for Belvedere.
Belvo do have a really strong front row. Jacob Barrett, Hugh Flood, and Callum Dowling in the middle.
Yeah.
Matthew Victory in at hooker for Buccaneers today. Another St. Michael's man. Was with Trinity last season.
Yeah, he's a good player. He actually used to play in the centre, so that'll tell you a lot about his skill set he has.
But he's up against a solid operator in Callum Dowling today. And he puts it in. Hopkins. But again, Belvo come with the shove. Putting all the pressure on, but Buccaneers just about get it out of there. And they look for touch, but they won't find it. Here's Joe White. Beckett.
Oh, we're on here.
But that last pass just goes begging.
Yeah, it's 2 chances we've had now, just slipped away. But that was good play there by Joe White and Jaden Beckett.
I was reading the stats before the game, Peter, and I think it's 12 tries Ariel Robles, Joe White and Jaden Beckett have between them this season. That's a good stat.
Yeah, that is a good stat. They're all dangerous runners with the ball, and they're tough to tackle for sure. So if they get anywhere close, they get a sniff, they'll finish it.
But Jaden, of course, got 8 tries last season.
Yeah.
Player of the season.
Yeah, very good player.
Now,
he's a winger by trade, you know that?
I never would have known.
Yeah, back in New Zealand he was a winger.
I always felt his attributes were quite suited to centre, but and now it's Bucks who get the penalty.
Oh, interesting.
I'm no scrum specialist.
Yeah, neither am I, so I'm not going to pretend to know what's going on, but felt like Belvedere were dominant in the first 2 anyway.
And they find touch this time. It's really been all old Belvedere though in the first 5 minutes here.
Yeah, just need to finish a few of the chances. There's not been too many clear chances, but it's been dominant. You can see how hard it is to get out of your own half, as I was saying, in these conditions.
And Galvin gets his hands to it, knocks it back for his team. But old Belvedere keeping the pressure on, not giving them easy access. James Kelly with the carry. Bucks trying to use their backs.
Yeah, interesting tactics, I don't know.
Tom Shine with the carry there. They're not really making much ground though. But here's the fullback, Mannion. Got a try here last season.
It's a good tackle by Tom O'Carr.
Tom O'Carr fast out of the line that time.
Well covered by Wilco.
David Wilkinson tidies up. Saul Fitzpatrick's got himself involved in that ruck, so somebody else is going to have to do the scrum half's job. Fionn McWay. Fitzpatrick's back now.
We're on
Here
here.
they come.
Oh.
There's space out wide. Here's Robles. Trying to use his feet. Here's Thatcher.
Good carry.
Loves a good carry. Does the New Zealander.
Nice. So far offside there.
Shouts of a penalty, but Gafkin doesn't think so. And Bucks have the ball now. A great opportunity for them to launch something. Leyden to Hawkshaw. over eager from Jacob Barrett there, conceding the penalty.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Hawkshaw went to Belvedere College, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He's a Belvedere boy. His brother David plays for Connacht at the moment. I think he might be involved as well in the academy, is he?
Yeah, I think Daniel Hawkshaw is in the Connacht academy.
Yeah. So the two of them.
He was a former Clontarf player, of course.
Yeah.
Former Irish under-20 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah. No, he's a good player. He's dangerous.
And this is a huge opportunity for Bucks, considering they look to be struggling in attack a little bit, and maybe a silly penalty to give away.
Yeah. There's all Belvedere. You can see how momentum changes just with one breakaway and one penalty.
And a line out from Matthew Victory to come. That's a good one from Buccaneers. McDonald takes it down. That's tipped on to O'Connor, the Wexford man, still on his feet. This is a great opportunity for them. And here's McCann, their star man this season. What can they do? They spread it out wide, but that one just bounces away from Tom Shine.
There's advantage here, so go back for a penalty.
Josh O'Connor as well was a former Irish under-20, also in the Connacht Academy.
Yeah, he's a strong character. This week it looks like they're gonna tap and go here, doesn't it?
They're backing themselves early on here.
Interesting call.
And they're away. But they're met with a good old Belvedere defence. Here's McCann.
Play.
And Cian McCann, the big number 8. The Mount Mellick Mountain scores again. Try number 8 for him this season. Played his rugby in Port Arlington Rugby Club. Played Leinster underage. And he was described to me yesterday as their best player this season. And he gets them into the lead. And that's a simple conversion for Earl. 7-0 Buccaneers.
Yeah, you can see how if you take your chances, things can change very quickly. It looked all about old Belvedere there for a while, but they got one sniff Bucks and just took it.
The way they changed the angle there, though, from the penalty was really smart, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's those 5-metre tap penalties, those kind of trick plays that have come into fashion in the game now, and he executed that quite well.
And it was all old Belvedere, really, up until that point, up until that line out.
Yeah. One chance, took it.
Clinical.
They're running this again, I don't know.
They look to be pretty confident early on here.
Yeah.
They only scored 7 points this time last year in Ollie Campbell Park. And that was late in the second half when they got that try. Oh, Belvedere trying to get in over that ball, but it looks like somebody's lying on the ground. And it's been kicked away. Looks like Wilkinson is chasing that one.
It's a big kick.
How far will it go? He'll just nudge it.
Yeah, still not a bad result from him. It's a big old kick from there. You can see that's probably that wind I was talking about earlier. It's a bit deceptive today, but the way those kicks are going, the way Belved's kicks are holding up, and the distance the Bucks kicks are going, it's probably stronger than we think.
You can never really tell, I feel, up here sometimes
No,
how
it's
strong
tough,
it is.
yeah, until you actually see a kick.
And Wilkinson. But Bucks are in Old Belvedere's half now and have an opportunity to launch another attack. And here's McCann, like a bull, charging his way into the 22. Here's O'Mara, but he's hit well in the tackle. Here's Hawkshaw. Have Old Belvedere got hands on that? No, not quite. Matthew Victory with the carry. Bucks look comfortable using their backs early on. Here's the fullback, Mannion. And they get another penalty. silly I think that has been a problem this season for old Belvedere.
It has, yeah.
Giving away silly penalties at the wrong times.
Yeah, I don't even know what that one was for. I couldn't really see it, but looks like they're going to go to corner, have another chance now.
And it gives Matthew Victory a perfect platform. He'll be looking at first job here to hit his darts, and they'll build from there. But big moments in the game early on here.
Yeah, this is a big moment now.
And it's McCann who goes up, but it's an overthrow, but they still have it. It's the fullback Mannion. And they're edging closer again through Burke, but he's not quite there yet. Hopkins decides to go. They're keeping it nice and tight, using their forwards. O'Mara's dragged back though. I think it's Jaden Beckett who's hitting them back there.
It's an interesting call.
They go cross field, but David Wilkinson is there to cover, but they had the advantage, hence why they went for the cross field option. But go to the corner again or quick tap?
I need to see where it's from. I actually don't know. It looks.
It worked for
they're
them the
going
first
quick
time.
tap. They're going quick tap.
This quick tap worked for them the first time around, finishing in a Keane McCann try. And they're going to try it again. They change the angle again through McCann. He doesn't get over for a second yet anyway. Hopkins, and they put it out wide, and it's Tom Shine. And this is a dream start for Buccaneers. It's been a tough season for them, but they're 12-0 up here in Ollie Campbell Park. And they're trying to spoil the Ollie Campbell party.
Good start for them.
Again, it's the quick tap though. They actually, the way they went for it there was the exact same way they scored the first try. They switched the angle. McCann took it on the carry. He didn't get over this time, but they just went to width. And the winger was there waiting, Tom Shine, to grab their second.
Yeah, as well worth try, in fairness to them. They're obviously fancying their chances off that 5-metre tap. It's worth twice from there.
Tom Shine was under 20s captain for Buccaneers last year. Tough kick for Earl.
Got it.
But it's a lovely one, and Buccaneers are in a 14-0 lead here in Ollie Campbell Park. Who steps up in these moments, Peter? Who's the leaders?
It could be anyone. All it takes is one moment. It can be anyone there. It's just like I said, we just
steady
need
the
one,
ship.
Yeah, just one moment. One moment can do it. But
Buccaneers have had 2 chances and they've got 2 tries.
Go to the exit straight away here now.
Earl using that big boot again. Here's White looking for a bit of space, but he's tackled well by Walsh.
There's space right here if Belvedere go.
Dowling
Yeah, well worked.
loves a run. He's still going. The bulldozer.
Quick ball, quick ball.
And they still have it. They're inside the Buccaneers half. What can old Belvedere do here? Dowling again on his feet. Doesn't make as much meters. O'Kennedy to Beckett.
That's a high shot, yeah.
And there's a high tackle. Go to the corner or get points on the board, Peter?
I would go to the corner, but wouldn't have a problem with the points either. I just think you should go to the corner here. Back yourselves.
And as a captain, do you make that decision or do you sometimes leave it up to what the lads are feeling in the moment themselves?
Depends on the sit there. I would point to the corner myself. But if you're in between, if you're 50-50, you definitely ask the kicker how they're feeling, if they're confident, if they're feeling in form, because it's definitely an important factor.
Callum Dowling. 7 tries in 12 games.
Be a nice time to get another one.
He's opportunistic from this range. And it's a good line at Mulcair. That's a nice switch to Thatcher.
It's a great carry.
Lovely front foot ball now. An opportunity for them, and it's Jaden Beckett at the post. Nice hands to White. Joe White's in. Try number 5 for Joe White this season. It looked as if Jaden Beckett was in at the post.
Yeah, the post actually stopped him. They got rid of that post rule, so you can't touch it down off the bottom of the post anymore. Unfortunately, it would have been a try about a year or two ago. That's a touch recovery.
But Joe White was waiting in the wings and he got the score, but still not confirmed, as the touch judges are just having a quick word with the referee Gafkin.
I'm not sure if this is a foul play thing, or is it I'm not sure. Does someone come in as he was? I have no idea.
Did something happen on the ground afterwards?
It might have. That's what I'm thinking might have happened. He's having a word with. Penalty from the restart, is it? Penalties from the restart was what we're hearing. Not sure. Could be something over the line.
Maybe a little bit of afters.
Maybe, yeah.
Something the linesman didn't like anyway.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. High tackle apparently.
But exactly the response
Yeah,
Belvedere needed.
That's
But a really
exactly
good line out move. They
Yeah,
used
it was.
Thatcher on the switch.
And there's some carry by Thatcher. He's a big fella. He's hard to stop. But no, that was very, very much needed. That's that kind of moment you need to just come up with when you're under pressure like that. Stop any sort of momentum, because it's tough to get back.
And a first kick from Mick O'Kennedy. But not quite for him.
Hit the post.
It was a tough ask.
Belvedere 5, Buccaneers 14.
Yeah, here's the penalty from the restart.
And it gives Old Belvedere an opportunity straight away to build on that score.
Yeah. It's actually a sneaky tough kick from the middle of the pitch though, so you're not going to get much ground out of it. .35 metres just to get to the touchline.
But that's a mistake at the line out. A rare mistake from Colin Dowling.
Bucks just read it very well. Done their homework. Going to run it again, isn't it?
And Bucks are backing themselves. A shout of a high tackle there, and there was one. So it's a penalty to Buccaneers.
So you're going for a yellow.
There's been a few high tackles early on here. I think there's been 3.
It's a yellow card.
And Jaden Beckett gets the yellow card. Is there a lot he could have done differently there though?
Yeah, just need a hinge at the hips, because they've really clamped down on those high shots in amateur rugby especially. So anything that looks marginal is going to be given.
And of course we don't have the luxury of a TMO.
Yeah.
So we can't look back at these things. The referee has to call it how he sees it. Victory with the throw in. And off they go. Earl A lovely tip on. They're motoring inside. Old Belvedere, it's half now. Here's Walsh trying to get them into that 22, and he does just that. Here's Earl, switches the pass inside. Was there a knock on there?
Yeah.
Indeed there was. I'm impressed by Mark Earl though, Peter. He's controlling the game quite well from the number 10 position.
Yeah, he is. He's running it well. Got his 2 kicks as well. Got a tough one from the corner.
It's just a factory, St. Michael's though, isn't it? They made you, they made him, they've made countless others that have went on to represent Leinster in Ireland.
Not quite in that bracket, unfortunately, but just having a look at the other scores here from the other matches. Wesley actually kicked off at 2 o'clock. They're beating Garryowen 21-10. Highfield UCC 5-all, and Queens are beating Blackrock 21-0.
Some people call you the Anton Dupont of the South Side, Peter. You should be nicer to yourself. And it's old Belvedere who get the penalty at the scrum this time around. They've got a penalty each today at scrum time. That was a good touch finder.
Great liner.
McAway takes it. But there's a knock on there from Sol Fitzpatrick.
I think his wrist got slapped there. I'm not too sure.
We're going to have another scrum. And it looks like Charlie Ward's coming in. The Connacht Academy front row. That one goes straight down, but the referee says we're going to have a reset. And we're going to have another scrum here. Hopkins with the ball in hand. That one goes in, it looks solid enough. And here come Bucks, putting it through the hands. Here's O'Connor, dancing his way past defenders. He's still going. It's like he's in a ballroom, not a rugby pitch.
Oh, that's a wonky pass.
But they've lost a few metres now. It's Hawkshaw. Bucks are still going. The tight head still pumping their legs. Hopkins high into the sky. Where's that one gonna land? I think Old Belvedere have it.
I thought they had advantage by that decision. Need a clean exit here.
They're gonna set up for the exit. Wilkinson looking for touch.
Come on.
And he finds just that. But Buccaneers still in that red zone. Victory. That's another solid line out. Earl. But that one just hits the feet of his player. And Old Belvedere have it.
No one home.
Maybe a bit slow to react there.
Yeah, very clever. By Hugh Flood there.
Fitzpatrick.
So far offside again.
Wilkinson sends it long. It's Mannion who takes it to O'Connor, trying to use his speed.
The tackle.
But that's a really good tackle. I think it was from Mick O'Kennedy.
I think it was Gavin Nugent, no?
Or Gavin Nugent, rather. This is the good thing about having a co-com. They can spot the things you miss. Bucks on the halfway point now. Hawkshaw got through lots of work today already. Mannion looking for a little bit of space, but the door is closed on him. And they've got through. O'Connor gets his wheels moving. He passes it out to his wing. Victory. This is really good play from Buccaneers. And they go through a gap again. But is that knocked on? But it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, I don't know what that's for.
Are you puzzled by some of these decisions, Peter?
Nah, so that one was just too far away. Couldn't see what it was for.
And they go straight to the corner, looking for try number 3 now. I've been impressed by O'Connor though today. Josh O'Connor, every time he's got the ball in space, he's really used the wheels of his
Yeah, he's dangerous.
to get them motoring. Looks like Earl's in this line out as well.
Are they going with it?
It's a unique setup.
Line-out?
That's a very unique setup in the line out, and everyone's getting involved in them all. It's a real team effort. A load of the backs in there. And they're still going. And they've got the ball down. Try number 3. And everyone was involved there. Everybody played a part. And the Buccaneers maul gets the more points.
Try to Buccaneers.
Looked as if it was the substitute who got that down, Charlie Ward.
Jaden Beckett looks like he's coming back on after his yellow card now.
Now Earl,
Got it.
perfect from the kick and tee so far. And Conor O'Wendy. You won't meet many that are
Successful conversion
dedicated to their AIL club, quite like Conor O'Wendy this season. Flies over from London to put in a shift for his team on a Saturday, and he's coming on again.
I don't work out who's. Do you know who came on today? For Kale Thatcher.
Is that an injury?
It
would you
would
think?
be an injury, yeah. I'm not too sure what it is though.
21-5 here in Ollie Campbell Park.
Ball's come free now.
And old Belvedere pounce on that one. But it's a Buccaneers penalty. Frustrating for old Belvedere. Their discipline is just letting them down a lot in this game. Jumping in off their feet there maybe.
Yeah, I think so. The ball was actually stripped really well from, I don't know who it was, but I think the Bucks player got on it and Belvedere just went straight off the feet. Trying too hard to get it nearly. Someone's getting attention here. Dowling, I think.
And
Dowling, he's all good.
It's probably not the first half we would have expected going by the form book, but really impressive from Buccaneers.
Yeah, they've been good. They've pounded on the pressure and took their chances well, definitely.
Their last win came in round 9 just before Christmas against Blackrock College in Stradbrook. And they're on course to get another big victory in Dublin today, and their first of 2024. And Hugh Hogan is coming into the fray.
Jacob Barr coming off now.
I was told they call him Hulk Hogan,
They do indeed.
but it is indeed, in fact, Hugh Hogan who comes in.
He's a strong man. He holds the squat record in the squad anyway.
And real steady play from Buccaneers. O'Mara with the carry up the middle. They have really good tempo in their play at the moment. McDonough. And they're going to kick it. They look for the corner, maybe a 50-22, but Joe White has it covered. He's there to take it.
Oh,
He
that's
looks
very
for a
good.
little chip and chase. There's loads of room there, but the bounce
Obamacare has it.
puts the ball away from him. But there's somebody there behind him to
Need to
collect
go
it.
quick now. It's too slow.
Oh, Wendy, the legend, gets his first carry of the game. Wilkinson over the top. Robles is chasing this one. He kicks it football style, and Ariel Robles is chasing after this one.
Yes.
He picks it up,
What a try.
and that's a beautiful try. There's Gaelic football teams that will love a score like that.
2 chips over the top. Those.
I always talk about Ariel Robles' lovely dancing feet, but he showed his football feet there for that try.
Yeah, I don't know.
Guys, roll out here.
No.
Area open.
If that was on purpose, that little chip then the second one before he caught it, but if it was, Jesus.
He'll
fair
tell
play
you
to
it
him.
was.
Yeah,
He'll
he
tell
will
you it
then.
was on purpose anyway.
We'll take it though.
But you could see there was space in behind. They were spotting it. Ariel Robles was smart to it. He got
Yeah.
to it. He controlled the ball with his feet.
It was a very clever kick by Joe White first. He nearly got it himself, just got an unlucky bounce, but then Tom O'Hare got it and Dave Wilson put over it. Lovely little chip for Azza, who volleyed it.
And it's a
That's
simple
all.
conversion. And now it's only an 8-point game.
Right by Michael Kennedy. We'll have it here, Buccaneers 21.
been in great form though, hasn't he, Ariel Robles? He's probably one of the older lads on the team, but he doesn't show it.
No, he's very consistent performer. He's a recovery freak. He goes to the recovery room literally every Sunday, making sure he's in top. Oh, that's going to go too far, is it?
Earl kicks that one out on
you
the
can
full.
see that wind there again. The ball is definitely travelling further on the Bucks.
And is that
side.
something David Wilkinson can target in the second half?
It definitely is, yeah. I think it's very deceiving. It doesn't even look that windy or feel that windy, but the way the ball's travelling, 100% is.
We've got 5 tries already in this game. It's been an exciting one.
It has, yeah.
The AIL always brings the fireworks.
This is a nice platform to attack from now. 2 sides of the scrum. And you've also got the ball in the 22 or in your own half, so you have the option of the 50-22 if you need it.
It looks like everyone's coming over to that right side as well. Wilkinson to Beckett. He makes the meters.
Good carry. Quick ball.
They're trying to insert some tempo here. Get another score
Lovely.
before half time, but
Lovely,
Tom
get on him.
Mulcair.
Oh, he's done himself.
Tom Mulcair, he's so dangerous from those open rucks. Oh, Wendy.
Get low. Okay, he's on the ground. Tackle.
Can he get to the ground? Yes, he can.
Good platform.
Here's Flood. A score must be coming for old Belvedere.
Try.
And they get that try.
Great work there from Tom O'Carr. His try pretty much. He went through the middle of the ruck there, which he does so often, and then bundled over from 3 meters.
Tom Mulcair made that try, scored that try. But he does that so often, like you said, that if anyone leaves the door open at the ruck,
Yeah, it's
he'll
a
go
little-
straight through it.
The little James Lowe play that he kind of brought to Northern Hemisphere, didn't he? A few years ago.
If there's an open door, you don't have to ask Tom Mulcair twice. And just like that, we could have a 2-point game. But it's a tough conversion for Mick O'Kennedy coming up.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if this is the last play now, because the clocks haven't been stopping, so there could be a minute or two, depending.
And he kicks that one.
Doesn't like it.
But it's not a clean strike, and we're going to go into the sheds. 21-17 at half time to Buccaneers.
Half-time, Old Belvedere 17.
We've had 6 tries
Buccaneers 21.
in the first half. It's been a real exciting affair. And a lot can happen in that second half, Peter.
It can, yeah. We'll set up for an exciting second half anyway. Wonder how much that wind will come into play with the behind Belvo in the second half. Bucks played it really well in that first half. Mark Earl was putting kicks in behind and getting a lot of length off his penalty kicks as well. So it'll be an interesting one, definitely.
And we're just going to take a short break, and we'll be back to you for the second half. And we're back for the second half. And Peter, do you want to take us through the halftime scores there?
Yeah, sorry, just give us a second. Other scores. Wesley are beating Garryowen 21-10. That's the second half of that match. St. Mary's Nace hasn't kicked off. I think that's going to be a bit of a party parade at 5 p.m. Halftime, the other match is Highfield 7, UCC 10. Queens 21, Blackrock 7.
And we're back underway here in Ollie Campbell Park. Ollie Campbell's 70th birthday today, and will he be getting a nice present at the end of this game?
How much time?
Earl sends it.
That ball's not going as far, 100%.
You spoke about the wind before the halftime break, Peter, and you might be right. Nice hit by
tackle.
Joe White. Had it in sync, was on time.
Straight back down in their half now. That's good play. It's going to be a lot tougher for Bucks to exit now, I think, in this half. Then
Trying to pin them in. Is it just a simple message at halftime when you know the wind's playing a factor? Does Ben just go pin it down there and keep them there?
yeah, for sure. Especially when the conditions aren't ideal. Like if it was a dry day, it wouldn't be as good platform
that's
for
a touch
Belvedere.
finder.
Yeah.
But exactly where all Belvedere want to be.
Yeah. If it's a dry day, you can play out of your half a little bit more, but if it's wet, very tough to play out of, so it's a good chance to just pin teams back.
And an early line out in the second half for Colin Dowling. Oh, McWay takes it down. That was clean. They look to go. McWay again. He's scored a fair few tries himself this season. Dowling on the switch on the inside. Jaden Beckett was nearly through.
He was nearly through, yeah.
We saw Hugo Keenan score a try like that against France last season.
Yeah, the Joe Schmidt play.
Beckett. Oh, Wendy.
He needs to get down. Yeah, well done.
And they're knocking on the door now.
Advantage for a high tackle.
They've got the advantage, so they've got a little bit of freedom in this play.
Nice pass.
Here's White to Robles, already got one to his name. Wilkinson. But that's a huge hit.
He is, yeah.
Sit down.
Belva look a bit lost in that attack. It got a bit frantic, so they'll be happy enough to take his penalty. Interesting decision now to make.
Do you go for the points, make it a 1 point game, or do you put it into the corner and back your line out?
I'm trying to see. I would take the points here, to be honest, but wait, where's it from? If it's
You should send like down a messenger bird or something, Peter, from here.
yeah, it looks like they're going to the corner anyway. Back themselves.
They're not listening to you. Ever since you made the transfer to the commentary box, you just don't have the same authority.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't have a problem with going to the corner either, and it's one of those things you can kind of feel when you're on the pitch as well. If you have a squeeze of the other team, they might fancy themselves to get over while they have momentum,
and they're gonna go to that corner now. Simple, just poke it in.
Yeah, nice ball. Job one. Job two, get the line out.
Throw the dart. Make sure it's a nice one.
Good man.
That is a clean one.
Oh,
Doyle
lovely.
takes it. He gives it to McAway. Keep it in tight here. Will be the
Yeah.
call from Old Belvedere.
Yeah, need some good patience here. We've a good platform. Nothing crazy, nothing stupid, just be patient.
They're all lining up. I think Dowling has it. Fitzpatrick's just getting everyone organised. They've got another penalty advantage. Here's Wilkinson. Is there room out wide? Here's White. What can he do?
This is gonna be. Oh,
He goes himself. But he hasn't quite got over.
Someone come in.
Fionn McWay might take this up now. But they've got another penalty.
There has to be a warning, or
is he going to the pocket
it
now?
looks like it might be. There's been a lot of penalties in 22, so.
And it looks like somebody's gone. We're just trying to make out who got the yellow card here. And old Belvedere might try their own tap penalty now.
Callum Downing here.
Buccaneers scored 2 tries from a tap penalty early on. There's Callum Dowling. Is he over? But he's held up. That's the risk you take.
It is, yeah. It's a good platform, man.
I'm looking at Carl Miller down there.
Yeah,
CBC Monkstown did very well to get into a junior and senior cup quarter final this year.
Yeah, great coaches are Miller. Not surprised they've done well. I don't know. I think I probably would have gone scrum there, to be honest, with the man down. Should still have a good platform here, though.
And I think it was the substitute Gavin Daly who was sent to the bin. But it's not the worst outcome in the world for old Belvedere. They'll still be very much in the Buccaneers half, and they can run it back.
Yeah.
And he's exactly the man they'd want to run it back, Jaden Beckett. But he's dealt with well by Ward, but he's still going. He flicks it out the back to Mulcair. Oh, Wendy. Wilkinson.
High tackle advantage again, yeah.
And it's a high tackle. And what do you do in this situation?
James Dawes on for a cross here. Stop and play.
Does Gafkin warn them of another yellow card? And he's just going to knock this one into the corner now, Wilkinson.
Time off, there's a Bucks player just receiving some attention here.
They've been knocking on the door though in this second half. It's been all old Belvedere. You feel like a try's coming.
I hope so. Hope so.
The weather is brightened up again here. The rain is holding off. And into the corner they go. First job for Callum Dowling. Missed a couple of games through injury, but he's back now. Here's McWay. Just gets his fingertips on that one. Manages to knock it on the old Belvedere side. And here's Dowling.
Great carry.
Ducking and diving.
Oh, nice.
Mulcair, lovely hands. And just that last pass. I think it was Mulcair to McWay. And just a little bit of butterfingers. And they missed the opportunity to score a try that would have put them into the lead.
Yeah, it was actually really, really good play. Some nice offloads, and just the last one didn't stick.
I think it was Hugh Hogan maybe who knocked it on.
I'm not too sure. I didn't see the last there.
The Buccaneers are hanging on for their dear lives. That scrum is really messy, but Buccaneers managed to keep it. Is
Yes.
Beckett in over this one? Yes, he is.
Great steal.
The poacher. And Beckett's back in action now. Decides to take it up himself. He
Oh,
gets
it's
his
a
hands
great
free.
offload.
And Robles, has he got it down?
Oh.
But it's held up again.
So close.
So close, but
again.
yet so far. That's the second time they've been held up
It is, yeah.
in this second half.
Shane Beckett did very, very well to get that offload over off the Robles, but just couldn't get it down.
But they can run it back here.
They can, yeah. They're playing against a man down, so they'll want to convert this into a few points.
There has to be space out there somewhere.
Yeah, we're finding it too. We're just not getting that last pass twice.
It's just that final third where
Yeah.
you're struggling at the moment.
Yeah.
Here's Joe White. Here's Robles. Scored a cracker of a try in the first half. Here's a Wendy. Stretching his legs back to Robles.
Great carry. Quick ball here, Ron.
And it has to be
Go,
on
go,
here.
go.
Here's Wilkinson.
He's
here's
in. He's in.
O'Kennedy.
Great try.
And
Great
there's
try.
the try. Mick O'Kennedy,
Really well
the
worked.
captain with the score. But it's a Wendy there stretching his legs.
Yeah, Wendy and Azza both with a bit of magic in the midfield to get that platform. Then it was a really good quick ball from Saul to
The older boys combine
yeah.
to show they've still got fuel in the legs. And Mick O'Kennedy gets the try.
Michael O'Kennedy.
It's Mick O'Kennedy's last game of the season for Old Belvedere, actually.
A huge loss.
A huge loss, yeah. He's off to Seattle with work for a few months, but he's hoping to get. Hopefully he's back for us next season. He'll be a big loss. Just to note, that's also 4 tries. So that's a bonus point locked in for Old Belvedere.
And every point counts in this division.
It does, yeah.
Old Belvedere were in 4th place coming into this game. Behind Gary Owen and Old Wesley.
Slightly misstruck.
But that one just to the right and wide.
Old Belvedere 22, Buccaneers 21.
But Old Belvedere have a 1 point lead. And now it's a test for Buccaneers to see can they respond. What do they have left?
Kick down the middle.
Straight into the hands of Nugent.
They're going for going to set up for a box kick here, it looks like.
Game management is important here, isn't it, Peter?
Yeah.
Saul's in position,
Really good chase.
and it is being chased well.
Oh,
That's a really good hit on the money. A Wendy pounces on that one, but we're gonna come back for a Old Belvedere scrum.
yeah, great chase.
Really good box kicking today though from Saul on the money.
Yeah, that was he got good height on that. He probably wanted a bit close to the sidelines there, but he got good height on it, so it's always tough to deal with. But can already see how much easier it is to exit for old Belvedere in this second half compared to Bucks with that deceiving wind out there.
And it looks like Solvis Patrick is improving with every game. How
Yeah,
impressed
for
have you been with him since
For
your
sure,
injury?
yeah. He's really he'd only had a few sort of caps before he kind of got thrown in, and he's done really, really well. He's getting better every game I see him, so really impressed.
His brother Cody looked like a tidy player in the Senior Cup for St. George's this season as well.
Did he? Yeah.
Came on to play it out half. And they're trying to keep it in, but Fitzpatrick takes it out. Here's Beckett. His influence is growing more and more in the game.
Paddy Dowling, it's a good carry. We're getting good ball now.
Here's O'Kennedy. Wilkinson to Dowling.
He thinks he sees a bit of
The
space.
bulldozer! But they managed to grab him.
They scragged him well, but that's good ball. Go, go, go.
And it's on the blind side.
Belvedere dealt with the breakdown a lot better in this half, and you can see.
And
how quick the
Victory
ball there
shoots out of the line. The confidence is there from old Belvedere.
Good quick ball again, go.
Nice hands to Beckett. Maybe force that pass a little bit. But you can see there's a lot more promise in their attacking play in this second half.
Yeah, definitely switched on a bit more. As I said, that breakdown's been a lot better in this half. They're getting quick ball, and
The ball's been cleaner. It's
yeah, been a lot cleaner, been a lot quicker, so the Bucks defense can't get set too well.
And what kind of influence is that? Is it all the back row or?
No, it's the whole team across the board. I imagine they probably had a word about it in the first half, but full time in Old Wesley's match against Garryowen, they've beaten them 21-10. Old Wesley have.
That'll put them on to 47 points in the league table. And if Old Belvedere get a victory here today, they would jump over Garryowen in the league standings. Of course, all teams playing for that home semi-final. How important might that be later on?
Good line out by Bucks. Interesting play.
Earl over the top.
Oh,
That one's bouncing everywhere and into the Bucks' hands. O'Connor has it now. And O'Connor is a hard man to stop. And he gets his try.
I thought that was about 2 meters forward, but I don't know how that's not been called, to be honest with you.
Josh O'Connor, a real flyer. There was no way he was going to be stopped. Some questionable touches in that last play, but the try stands. And just like that, Buccaneers are back into the lead. That's a killer for Old Belvedere though, isn't it?
Real killer, yeah. Good kick.
That's a really good kick.
it's a good play. Just a little chip over the top and looked like it was well covered, but bounces the ball can go anywhere. And
Mark Earl has been spotless from the kicking tee today. And that's a bonus point now for Buccaneers.
Chance.
But just off the kickoff, a mistake by Buccaneers, a knock on by Mannion, and an opportunity for old Belvedere to reply straight back. Fergus Flood has come into the game for old Belvedere.
It's Ferg's first game for old Belvedere in a while now.
For Gav Nugent, is it?
Yeah, it is for Gav Nugent. Gav looked a bit sore. It's a blood injury, I'm just hearing. Yeah, Ferg's first game in a few years for old Belvedere. He would have played a good bit of seniors a few years ago, but hasn't really played in a while. He's actually Hugh Flood's brother, so we have two brothers. I know, Hugh Flood's off, so two brothers in the squad, but not on the pitch.
And they use the short side through Beckett.
The high tackle.
Shouts of a high tackle, but the decisions aren't going the way of old Belvedere. McWay. Coming through the ruck there. And they finally get the penalty. Very cynical. We saw a 12-man maul in the first half.
We've seen a few sort of trick plays at the line out this game so far, haven't we?
It's good to see, though.
Yeah, good watching.
Keeps things fresh.
It's a great ball.
That's a solid line out. And Callum Dowling has it at the back. Licking his lips.
That looks like a good platform from here.
And it looks like it's going all the way.
Just
but
stop short.
But not quite. Here's Doyle. And Joe White looked to be coming in on that short line, but he knocks it on. And Buccaneers have a chance to get out of trouble here. Into the hands of Mannion. And that's a good kick by Mannion. A real pressure reliever. Here's Joe White to Robles. He's still going. Wilkinson. There's no signs of tiredness in Ariel Robles.
Oh, Belvedere ball here. I think that was a deflected kick through or something like that.
And it's a real cracker here. 28-22. $20 minutes left, would you say, Peter?
Looks like it, yeah. Around that, I'd say.
A lot can happen in an AIL game in 20 minutes. 4 tries each. Both got a try bonus point in the bag.
Sophus Patrick's getting a bit of attention here. Let's hope he's okay. Yeah, it looks like he's okay.
I've always fancied myself as a bit of a scrum half, so if you ever need me to do a job,
we'll give you a call.
It might take me a while to get to the rucks. But I'll be there between 5 to 7 working days. A big line out coming up here. And it's an overthrow, but who can get it? And old Belvedere have the ball, but there was a knock on in there. The pitch seems to be cutting up a little bit too here.
Yeah.
And it looks like Gav Nugent is going to come back in. He's all taped up. with the bandage on his head. Old Belvedere just not very clinical today.
No. Had a lot of chances.
They've left a lot of scores behind them.
Held up over the line twice. Probably a last pass off a score another 2 times, maybe 3.
That's been the difference though between the two sides.
Has, yeah.
I think Old Belvedere have probably had maybe 70% of possession, but when Buccaneers have had it, they've made it count.
Yeah, agreed.
And they get a penalty there at the scrum. And a win here for Buccaneers could prove to be huge as well.
Gav Nugent back on here.
And Keane Cunningham is coming in. But they fail to make touch. And a real opportunity for Old Belvedere to run it back. But that ball, it just isn't sticking in the hands of the Old Belvedere players at the moment. And they knock it on again, this time through Ariel Robles.
He kicked it.
The rules suggest that when you kick the ball, the advantage usually dissolves, but not in this case.
Pretty generous, to be honest.
Is that ball greasy, do you think?
I imagine it is, yeah. It was raining fairly heavily at the start of that start of the first half. You can see the mud on the players' jerseys, so
Hopkins with the put in. Oh, Belvedere trying to get a shove on, but they get it out of there. He doesn't get much on that. Gives the ball straight back to Old Belvedere at the line out. And a first line out for Keane Cunningham. McWay gets up, but he can't collect it, and it's into the hands of Matthew Victory. And now it's Buccaneers on the offence. But that's taken well by Joe White. And he's not waiting around. Looked like a high shot in there. Wilkinson looking for the space. Maybe a 50-22. Is it going to make it the whole way? That was kicked on by James Doyle.
I reckon if he left that was probably 50-22.
It was on the money for a 50-22, I think.
I think he fancied himself for getting a try, though, in fairness, so just try to kick it on for
He was
himself.
probably in two minds.
Yeah.
He's been a player, though, this season, James Doyle, that I've been really impressed with.
Yeah. He's a good player. He's still very young. He's only, I think he's only 20 years old or something. 19, is he? 19, 20.
And this is a huge line out coming up for Victory. But it's a nice line out. O'Mara. They'll go to the exit. Earl gets some distance on it. But Old Belvedere can run it back through Joe White. He kicks it over the top. It bounces straight into his hands.
Forcing it.
But that pass wasn't really on. And Fitzpatrick couldn't gather. But maybe a little bit rushed from Joe White.
He did really well with that to gather, chip and chase.
Should Joe White have taken it to ground there?
I think so. There's a little bit of sense of panic amongst Belvedere at the moment to try get that score. They just need to relax and be patient. The score will come if you just go through your phases.
We've seen that when they've done that though in the second half, it works. When they have that kind of confidence in their ability.
Yeah, there's a balance for sure, but if you're
do you think it's to do with the age of the team? I know it's a relatively young team, and sometimes when their backs are up against the wall, they panic a little bit and force things.
Maybe a little bit. I don't think maybe panic was the wrong word to use, but there's a little bit of sense of urgency when there needs to be a sense of patience just when we have a platform.
Maybe a
like
bit
that.
more trust in themselves and
yeah,
and what they're trying to do.
Don't need to score straight away. You can build through the phases and build a score rather than get one straight away.
The rolling subs in the AIL always makes it really hard to keep track of who's coming in and who's coming out.
It does.
But when Buccaneers kick that ball, they are inviting old Belvedere to attack them again. Old Belvedere will get their chances.
That's a good scrum.
And look at that scrum.
Yes. Great scrum.
What a moment to get a scrum penalty. And look how fired up Jacob Barrett is after that.
Hugh Flood just came on. First play, scrum penalty.
Hugh Flood, foot to the floor in that scrum. And this is a big chance coming up, but they have to make their darts count here.
Yeah, the lineouts.
They've struggled on the last couple of lineouts.
It is a windy day now, in fairness, but
keep it simple.
Need to secure this now.
Keep it simple and keep it straight. Will be the thing going through Keane Cunningham's head. And that's a nice one.
Good ball.
Cunningham has it at the back. That maul's still moving. And it's moving all the way to the line. It's going to be a penalty try. They pulled it down. And they get all the 7 points with that. And that puts them into the lead, 29-28.
Yeah, that all came from that scrum penalty on Buck's scrum. Really good work from the pack to win a penalty and build that platform. That's a forwards try. I won't usually give him credit for too many, but I have to give credit there.
I think you just sit in the passenger seat for those ball tries.
Yeah, indeed.
But the big thing is, it gets them the 7 points. There's no need for Mick O'Kennedy to get his kicking tee out.
Yeah, that is big for sure. Connor Wendy just getting a little bit of attention. It looks just like a boot though, I think. He's just getting a boot strap. Should be okay.
It's amazing how he hops on that airplane, comes over, does a job.
Yeah, he loves the game, doesn't he?
But that's what the AIL's all about. It's people's passion. It's what they love.
He's got his 100 caps. Most experience in the squad. Himself and
I'd say he's close to 130 now.
Yeah, probably is. Himself and Adam Howard, the two players in the squad with the over 100 caps. Adam's on injured at the moment, so he's not involved today, unfortunately. But
that's a nice take from White. A 1 point game here. How can old Belvedere see this one out? Will Bucks get another chance? They're hungry at that ruck. Who has the ball? Old Belvedere still have. Bucks were hungry there. They were rooting around. That's taken by Shine.
Knock on. Bravo scrum.
There was a knock on in there.
I love these scrum positions to attack from because you're in your own half, so the defence has to worry about that 50-22. So usually you get the back three a bit further back than usual, and it leaves a bit of space in the front field for to attack into.
To experiment.
Exactly.
That's probably the one positive of the 50-22. That
it's probably not done exactly what it was intended to do, but off scrums it definitely is.
The idea was probably to encourage attacking rugby.
I think teams are just putting 2 men back for the closer to the touchline rather than have an extra man back. But on a scrum like this, it's very tough to defend.
Especially when you have somebody like Jaden Beckett waiting out there.
Yeah. That's a good scrum again, is it?
Yeah. They're looking for another scrum penalty.
In there. Yes.
They have their foots on the throat. And look at Saul Fitzpatrick. He's loving it.
Rightly so. That pack have really stepped up now in this last few minutes. Just when it was needed for Old Belvo.
He gets to send his boys out to work. And he gets to enjoy the fruits of their labour.
Exactly.
And into the corner. Just outside the 22. Keane Cunningham is another guy who comes in for maybe 20 minutes every game, but he always puts in a solid shift.
Does a great job, yeah.
And McWay manages to
really
just knock that one back.
McWay and Wendy did really well to get that.
I think they're off their feet there. But it's a scrum to Buccaneers.
I don't know what he's called there, to be honest.
That call was quite peculiar, but
if it was a maul,
well, to me, it looked as if the Bucks player was off his feet, lying on the ball.
I don't know what that's for, to be honest.
We'll just stick to the commentary. Who'd want to be a referee anyway? Looks like Saul Fitzpatrick has a bit of a shiner.
He's a lovely little shiner there. They're getting lots of attention tonight now, I'm sure.
But Old Belvedere have had the upper hand in the scrums. They'll look to put pressure on here, and they are.
Yes, that's huge.
And look at that.
That is really, really big.
And everyone's getting involved in the celebrations.
Exactly what Belvo need in these moments is the pack to step up like that. They've really done a good job this last few minutes.
Wilkinson into that corner he goes.
Good pick too. Belvo would love a score here just to give themselves a bit of breathing room. That 1 point score is ever comfortable.
It could push it out to a 2-score game.
It could.
And at this late stage, that could be enough to get them the win. A nice little bit of invention at the line out again. Bucks claiming they're on it.
I think they might have it.
And there's a real wrestle for this ball.
Yeah, Bucks have it, unfortunately, but it'll be tough to get out of here. They're right in their line. Oh, that's a great tackle from Connor Wendy.
Connor Wendy, look at him.
Oh my God.
A beast.
Huge.
A beast on a mission.
Connor Wendy, Jacob Barrett.
The Colossus known as Connor Wendy.
That is a big moment.
In the big moments, the big players step up. And Connor Wendy made himself known there.
He's been unbelievable since he's come on. Brought a bit of experience to the young pack, and
he has great leadership qualities though, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Just to have around the players,
Yeah.
even if he doesn't get on the pitch sometimes.
They'll be hoping for scrum similar to the last two, but they will have to be careful because when you have 1-2 scrum penalties in a row, you can be prone to giving one away.
And Fitzpatrick puts it in. And they look to put the squeeze on again. But a penalty didn't come that time around. And Gafkin's just doing a little groove and a shake with his hands there.
2 minutes is what we're hearing. 2 minutes to go.
So Belvedere will be happy enough just to keep this one in.
Yeah, score would be nice, but
they don't need one. 1 point in the lead.
it's an
It's
early
a free
shove.
kick.
Early shove from,
Scrum again.
I reckon so, yeah.
Taking their time. No need to rush. Fitzpatrick just telling his lads, you know what to do. Fitzpatrick with the feed. And they're driving on here, looking for another penalty, and it should come.
Yes.
And just at the back there, Paddy Dowling was waiting to pounce, and he gets the try. That'll put the icing on the cake, the icing on Ollie Campbell's cake.
That's a good one. I'm just trying to work out by their body language if there's going to be another play after this kick or not. And it looks like they're signalling that it's over, so yeah, that's it. Jeez, what about the pack though in the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes when they really needed them?
On the day of Ollie Campbell's 70th birthday celebrations, I'm sure he'll get lots of presents today, but this will be the one he'll cherish the most.
They will indeed.
An old Belvedere win.
They will indeed.
A performance befitting of the occasion.
I don't know about the performance, to be honest, but the score, they'll take it and run.
We're on a high cloud here, Peter.
Sorry. Yeah, come on.
And O'Kennedy slots it. And that's all for today. 36-28.
Just gonna
5 points for Old Belvedere. They'll stay in the top three, or in the top four, moving into the top three. And we've got a huge game coming up in a few weeks against Gary Owen, but before that, they have a South Dublin derby against Blackrock College.
Brings the final score to Old Belvedere 36.
And Peter will just give you the full-time scores.
yeah, the
Full-time, Old Belvedere
Blackrock against Queens.
Buccaneers
I
28.
don't know how updated that is. Seems to be 31-14 to Queens. Highfield beating UCC 19-15 with 1 or 2 minutes to go. And then we have Old Wesley have beaten Gary Owen 21-10. Marys are playing Nace with kick-off at 5:15, but that's all the games now. So there'll be an interesting table from the last 3 games.
And there's 2 weeks off now, of course, with the Six of Nations. But we'll be back in 3 weeks' time. Old Belvedere with that South Dublin derby against Blackrock, a huge game. And then they'll have Gary Owen here at home. It was another cracker here today in Ollie Campbell Park. As I always say, the AIL is the best league in the world, and that's all